I always assumed that an air fryer is just a really small convection oven, so I refused to buy one. But Typher gifted me this and it's looking pretty beautiful. It's giving Cybertruck vibe. You know what I'm saying? I've gathered some of the most viral air fryer recipes for us to check out. It's gonna be divided up into two segments, the hardcore meats and the lighthearted snacks. Let's get started. Remember the last time we air fried pork belly? It was perfectly charred. So let's give it another try using the right ingredients. I don't understand why my butcher always includes the bones. Usually our first step would be to torch it to clean off the pores of the skin. Since it's already cleaner than my face, we'll just poke like 1,000 holes in it. And we'll turn it over and score it halfway, not all the way down. This helps us to expose the surface area to absorb the seasoning. Starting with salt, and you want to spread the meat out to get it fully covered. The recipe calls for Chinese 5-spice. I don't have that, so we're gonna make it up. This is white pepper, garlic powder, cumin, paprika, and some turmeric. Spread on some oil. Do you like this angle change? Spoiler alert, it's not getting old anytime soon. We'll wrap it up in tinfoil, leaving the skin exposed, then exfoliate the pores with white vinegar. Last time the balsamic messed us up, so make sure you avoid it. Cover with a thick layer of salt. That's how they sealed demons in the medieval time. 260 Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. It's gonna take off into space. After 30 minutes, we'll take it out and scrape out the salt. I forgot about this earlier, but I really like brown sugar on pork belly, so we'll add that, cover, and air fry for the second time. But make sure you scrape and clean off anything on the skin though. Otherwise, it's gonna burn at 450 for 40 minutes. This is so much better than the last time. It's leaking a lot of oil. It has turmeric in it, so don't get it on your shirt. Unlike my parents' marriage, turmeric stain is for life. Let's squeeze it real quick. Let's give it a taste and rate it on 13. I just had a great idea. I'm gonna take a piece of this pickled radish sheet, put some of my roommate's bean paste on it, and wrap it up. This is like low budget Korean barbecue. Also, I'm apologizing in advance for a display of emotion. This recipe is called crispy salmon bites. I got it from this lady on TikTok. Oh great, this fillet has the skin attached. The skin is way harder to deal with when the size is this small. But the key to dealing with salmon is not to move the knife. You kind of just grab onto the skin and move it back and forth. If your knife is sharp enough, the skin is going to release itself, preserving the belly completely. Now I'll cut it into cubes and set aside. In a Tupperware, we gotta prepare some seasoned breadcrumbs. It looks a little too complicated, so I'm gonna grab something that's already flavorful. If you're wondering why I have a bag of flaming hot Cheetos, you'll see in a sec. But anyways, we'll take the crumbs, dump the salmon cubes in it, and shake it really well. I'm pretty impressed by the even coating. So this color is looking a little demonic. 375 for 15 minutes. Maybe 15 minutes was a little too long, kinda overcooked. This dish tastes like a collaboration between a rich suburban lady with a nice kitchen and her Cheeto-fingered son from the basement. Who says family dinner can't be dynamic? To make it feel less demonic and more like Christmas, I'm gonna put some salsa verde on it. Another point that they try to sell us is that air fryers can cook whole pieces of meat with ease. So to test out the raw power of this machine, I'm gonna cook 2 types of meat with just salt and pepper. What is this, you ask? It's a tool from today's sponsor, Typher. As you all know, my chicken usually turns out either raw or rubbery, so this time we're gonna make sure it gets to the perfect doneness. Let me introduce you to this equipment, Typher Sync Thermometer. I love that it's completely wireless. With my old thermometer from school, I have to constantly stick it back and forth into the meat to get it to come to the desired temperature. But Typher Sync allows me to probe it in the beginning and just relax on the couch. With this cutting-edge Bluetooth 5.4 technology and built-in Wi-Fi, Typher Sync offers unparalleled stability and range. Whether you're setting up through a base station or monitoring your cook from the other side of the house, you're always in control, just like a toxic relationship. The thermometer is designed for every occasion: oven, smoker, grill, air fryer, deep fryer, or even sous vide. Its high heat-resistant handle and waterproof design make make it durable for any cooking environment. However, even though it says it's okay to use in deep frying, I'm not going to try. I'm honestly pretty impressed that I can cook 2 completely different types of meat while reading their internal temperature accurately. These 2 probes have 6 sensors in them, which guarantees the most precise reading of your cooking process. For those of you who love diving into details, the Typer app offers written recipes with videos to guide you through, and its professional mode lets you view and graph temperatures from all sensors. And the best part is, the receiver works on its own, so if you don't want to, you don't even have to download the app. I hate being forced to download apps with every tool you buy these days. If you're starting to cook or already pretty good at it, Typer Sync is a great thermometer to upgrade to. It makes your food tastier and life easier. You can learn more about Typer Sync and the brand in general in the link down below. Don't forget to use my code FUTUREC10 for 10% off your Typer purchases. Let's see if we got to medium rare. Yeah, I think I overcooked it a little bit. It's medium well now, but it still tastes pretty juicy. I was a little concerned about the color not being deep enough. Then I realized it's because I seasoned it right before, so it drew out a lot of moisture. But if you dry brine the night before, the color is gonna come out perfect. I'll try it later and I'll update you in the next video. Every air fryer advertisement I've ever seen claims that the taste is just like the deep fryer. My favorite deep fried food is hot wings, so I figured we should try to make some crispy wings with a Korean spicy sauce. As you can tell, I don't have wings, so we're gonna do a chicken thigh recipe instead. So to the thigh pieces, we're gonna go with white pepper, soy sauce, mirin, and grated ginger and garlic, which I'm replacing with MSG. About 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to turn it into a thin batter. And we'll marinate in the fridge about an hour or so. Right before frying, I'm gonna lightly dip in potato starch. A lot of you in the comments been telling me that potato starch makes it the most crispy. Quick spray of oil at 370 for 15 minutes, and we're gonna flip it halfway through. While it's cooking, we're gonna make a sauce real quick, as a lot of you in the comments taught me that Korean food is just sugar and gochujang in everything. We'll mix it thoroughly, put it on the stove. When it reduced to syrup consistency, we'll mash up a few cloves of confit garlic to enhance the flavor. Top it off with sesame seeds and it's done. It's a little darker than expected, but let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10. A sugary sauce preserved the crispiness. It tastes just a little bit drier than normal Korean fried chicken. If I finished the beer right before, I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference. So I'm gonna give it an 8.7 out of 10. Moving on to the easy recipes. These are all things that you can get done within 10 minutes. First one is the most viral. It's called the air fryer tortilla pizza. So if 3 pieces of tortilla, we're gonna stuff them all with mozzarella in the middle. So it's like a 3-layer cake. Pizza slash calzone with no sauce. At this point, we're just warming things up, I guess, into the air fryer at 375 for 5 minutes. But the lady on TikTok did say this is like a kid's recipe. I am an overgrown baby, so it's perfect for me. I'm pleased that there's a little bit of cheese pull going on here as a warm-up to what's about to happen. After tasting, I have to say, it's not that good unless you're starving, but the convenience of it gets a high score of 8. Now I have to set up a breading station because we're about to make some mozzarella sticks. Flaming hot Cheeto sticks that I saw on Pro Home Cooks. So pretty standard flour and eggs, and the final coating will be the Cheeto dust we had earlier. So you want to go flour, egg, and then the crumbs. As you can tell, I'm doing it wrong. After they're all coated, they need to go in the freezer to chill. For about 2 hours. I'm putting a layer of parchment paper in between to prevent sticking. It's actually the next day now. You see how they're all nice and frozen? I'm just gonna put in a few as a tester at 390 for 5 minutes. Just to bring it up, this screen is making editing extra hard for me. Are you ready for the highlight of this episode and maybe the entire channel? You know how usually a mozzarella stick is like a canvas to dip in marinara sauce? This is like a dish in itself. The smooth texture of the cheese contrasts the crunchy, spicy Cheetos. I didn't expect how much oil it had. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. As you guys already know, donut is my favorite nut. This recipe is from Emma's Goodies. It's called 2-ingredient air fried donuts, and it only needs yogurt and flour. First, 140 grams of yogurt. I'm gonna use vanilla Greek yogurt, and the second ingredient is self-rising flour, which I don't have, so I'm gonna use normal flour and baking powder. Because in this household, nothing is self-rising, and we always need chemicals here. After kneading the dough, we'll roll it into small balls and toss it in melted butter. Layer it into the tray. Make sure you leave plenty of space for the air to go by. 375 for 5 minutes. But I didn't really like the color, so I did 10 minutes in total. Half will be chocolate glazed on top, and the other half will be cinnamon sugar. They kind of look like pâte choux or cream puffs, which I'm planning to make because one of you commented in a video saying that I sound like the dubbed version of MASH from Mashal. I never heard of it, so I went to check it out. I was mind blown. I thought it was my brother or something. But anyways, I think these donuts here are decent, a little bland and dry. Usually I look for that yeasty notes in the dough, but considering it's 2 ingredients and takes under 15 minutes to make, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Our last recipe is called the s'mores dip. I took out the screen and dumped a whole bag of marshmallows into the tray. In the video, she topped it off with a bunch of chocolate chips, but we're gonna give it an upgrade. I'm gonna use a couple of these Kinder bars from the last video. That box from Germany has been the highlight of my year so far. Plus, it has a cartoon demonstration of a popular video concept in America. Air fry at 375 for 5 minutes. It should come out all golden and soft like this. Maybe we should have added more chocolate. I just spent a solid 30 minutes looking around the house trying to find some crackers to eat it with, but it seems like I'm out. So I'm gonna have to do what I do best, take it in raw. Let's give it a taste and rate 1 through 10. I mean, it's toasted marshmallows and chocolate bars. I don't think I need to describe it any further, but this did inspire me to try to make an apple pie in the air fryer in the future. Anyways, I hope you found something useful in this episode of me versus the machines. I'm a little bit biased towards Typher, but these products are honestly very high quality. I think my life in general has improved. Maybe this marks the start of my downfall of joining the other side, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, thank you.